Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the backstory. Now, ladies and gentlemen, after the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga failed to clinch the AUC position, thoughts were divided on which direction he was to take when he came back to the country. There are people who are of the opinion that the former Prime Minister needed to come back and join the opposition, join the likes of Rigathi, Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, and put pressure on President William Ruto ahead of 2027 general election. Then there is the other group which are of the school of thought that he needed to come back and join President William Ruto's government. So, just as you know, when he came back, he went to Mombasa, was received by President William Ruto at State House, Mombasa. But they did not disclose to us what they discussed. However, there are rumors that he has been offered key position in President William Ruto's government, with his opposition party, that is ODM, benefiting by having 2 more slots in the cabinet and getting slots in the PS nominations. So the former Prime Minister was expected to make a big announcement in Busia when ODM was celebrating their 20 years anniversary. But unfortunately, he did not. But he told Kenyans that he was going to listen to the ground. But yesterday, when he was in Mombasa, the former Prime Minister came up with these demands. I want us to listen to this video. Then we look at why the former Prime Minister came up with these demands and what are the effects of these demands on President William Ruto's government.
Tunasema tunataka kila Mkenya apewe fursa sawa, kwa sababu Wakenya wote wanalipa ushuru. Hakuna Wakenya ambayo hawatoi ushuru. Kwa hivyo tunasema rasilimali yetu mpaka yagawanywe kwa njia ya usawa. Pili ni mambo ya ufisadi, imeenea sana katika taifa letu hii. Ufisadi inaleta hujuma ya mali ya umma, inafukaisha taifa. Manake unaona deni imeenda juu, lakini watu wanazidi kulipa ushuru, lakini deni vile vile nazidi kupanuka. Mambo ya ufisadi nataka yaangaliwe vivyo. Mambo ya nne ni mambo ya ugatuzi. Ugatuzi tuliweka katika katiba hii yetu ya 2010. Lakini hii ugatuzi haijafanya kazi vile tulikuwa tunataka. Lengo ya ugatuzi ni kuona kama huduma mingi ya hapa chini inatekelezwa na serikali ya county. Tunataka kuona kama yale yote yamerekebishwa. Upande wa elimu vile vile kuna shida. Kwa upande wa wanafunzi wa chuo kikuu kuna shida, hata hapa chini shule za msingi kuna shida mingi zaidi. Lakini tunataka ugatuzi pesa ikudi chini ya kutosha. Hata kwa upande wa miundo msingi pesa yaweze kuletwa hapa chini ya kutosha, ili huduma inaweza kufanyika na kupitia kwa serikali ya counties. Alafu mambo mengine ni mambo ya utawala kwa jumla. Watu kutekwa nyara, vijana wanashikwa hovyo, wanapelekwa vizuizini mahali ambayo julikani, wanateswa huko, wengine wanauawa. Hayo ni maneno ambayo hatutaki kuona katika taifa letu. Mpaka yale yakome kabisa. Hatutaki kuona kama yale yanafanyika katika taifa letu. Kwa hivyo tuko na mambo mengi ambayo tunataka kuona kama yameboreshwa. Na ni sababu sisi tunapewa shauri ili tukubaliane. Kama tukubaliana, kuna masharti ambayo sisi tutaweka ili tuendelee mbele.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, just as you've heard, you'd want to ask, why is the former Prime Minister making these demands right now when there are rumors that have been captured even in the Standard newspaper of President William Ruto ceding ground to his demands? And some of these demands that is talked about One is the fact that he wants corruption to be fought. He wants some of the guys who are killed or affected during the Gen Z's mandamano, the Gen Z's mandamano are compensated. So why now? Two things come into my mind. One is the fact that Raila is a very cunning politician. He knows that President William Ruto does not have higher ratings in terms of public opinion. And for him to join President William Ruto, he will tell Kenyans that I'm joining President William Ruto so as to tackle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. And these are the grievances that you guys have been talking about. And when I'm joining him, I'm joining so as to help sort 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 issues. And should President William Ruto cede ground and change policy in terms of the issues that have been raised by the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, then who will take credit? At the end of the day, it's the former Prime Minister who will take credit and tell Kenyans heading to 2027 that when we joined, we found so many things were not working, like SHA, housing levy, taxation rates were very high, the economy was not working, but we managed to salvage this government, and they will take credit for that. But what if that does not work? If it does not work, my thinking is, or my analysis is, the former Prime Minister is setting a base for him to, at some point, heading to 2027, walk out on President William Ruto and his government. And the basis of his argument will be that he raised some of the issues with the President William Ruto. He highlighted some of the issues that he wanted to be discussed or that needed to be sorted out, but President William Ruto was adamant and was unable to sort out some of these issues. So that will be the basis for him to walk out of President William Ruto's government in 2020, heading to 2027. And that will give a very big blow to the government of President William Ruto. Remember, this is not the first time the former Prime Minister is doing this. If you are a student of history, you'll get to know that when there was the clamor for multipartyism, KANU, which was the ruling party then under former President Daniel Toroitich arap Moi, was not very popular. Where we had KANU, NDP, Raila was the head of NDP then. But he joined KANU to become the Secretary General of KANU. And at some point, he also expected to be nominated as the presidential candidate of KANU. They were the likes of Raila, Saitoti, Kalonzo Musyoka. But the former president, Daniel Toroitich arap Moi, settled for Uhuru Kenyatta. And that did not go down well with the likes of Raila, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Saitoti. And then they walked out of KANU en masse. And this weekend, KANU as a party. So I'm seeing a situation whereby history is going to repeat itself. At some point, the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga might walk out of President William Ruto's government if the issues that he raised yesterday are not sorted out. Because why would Raila say that he's going to listen to the ground, try and talk to people about these issues? But he already knows that Kenyans have very valid grievances that is in the public domain. He knows very well that Gen Z's raised issues that have not been sorted out up to now. So when he's coming into this government, if he's given those positions, like I hear some people are saying that he might be given the position of a non-executive prime minister position. But he can use that position now to sort out some of these issues, because what is ailing President William Ruto's government is governance issue. Having someone who can coordinate the running of the government, someone who understands governance, who can coordinate some of these ministries and make things work. Because look at it, President William Ruto is always on the road, campaigning or launching development projects. Then who coordinates the development work? Who coordinates how the government works? Who follows up? Who coordinates the ministries? That is the person that this government lacks. And if the former prime minister, if he's given what I hear in the corridors of power that he might be given, and is able to execute or make a turnaround so that in the next 2 or so years, things change in a way that Kenyans start to feel some relief in the economy, then he might take advantage of that and say, oh, look at it. We are the people who came up with these solutions. But just as I've said, if it doesn't work, then that will give him an opportunity to now walk out with his team and some of President William Ruto's supporters. And if he walks out and joins the opposition, then it will be a game shot for President William Ruto. So it's a matter of wait and see, as we always say. But if you're new here, ladies and gentlemen, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Until next time, bye-bye.